So good day everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the implementation of KNN for classification in Python. So similarly, we are going to use some standard libraries like NumPy or NumPy, as others prefer to call it. We have Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, etc. And then for preprocessing, building the model, and for validating the model, we are going to use SKLEARN. So let us continue. We are going to verify whether our code is working correctly through the breast cancer Wisconsin dataset. So it contains some information about a tumor. So like the perimeter or texture or area of the tumor, how large it is. So we are going to use those as features to classify whether it is benign or malignant. So this is how the data looks like. So initially it has a 32 rows composing of the features as well as the diagnosis, which could either be M or B or malignant. And then for preprocessing, we are going to drop some unnecessary columns. So as you can see in the previous cell, we have a column anin 32 composing of none. So we are going to remove this column, and then we are going to convert the diagnosis M or B into 0 or 1. So actually in sklearn, we don't have to do this explicitly because the sklearn will automatically convert this into um, um, ordinal na values. Okay, so if we see the updated na result, we now have 0 or 1 for the diagnosis, and the anin 32 is also removed. Okay, so just preparing our data, the Y will be composed of the diagnosis, the values, composing of this column. And then for the X data is basically all of these columns except the diagnosis. So we simply copy the data frame DF with the dropped the diagnosis, and we have our X data. And now we are going to, in this case, we normalize the data. So by simply subtracting the original data with its minimum divided by the difference between the maximum and the minimum. So this essentially converts the data into between a range of 0 and 1. Okay, so if we see here above, there are some values that are not of the same scale. Like the area of mean have really big na values, while the other features have less than 0 na values. So this makes the scales different and will make the this will make the model work poorly. Okay, so after standardizing the data, we can split train and test. So in this case, we are going to use a 75-25% ratio, wherein 25% is allotted for the test na set. Okay, so we are essentially passing the X and Y na values that we have created here. Okay, and now it gives us a X and Y na training set and X and Y na test set. And you can see the shape of the train and test here, majority of which are given for the X train. Now we are going to use this X na train to for the KNN model. So KNN is basically a model that bases the predictions depending on the labels of the closest neighbors of a certain point. So we have a 1 point here, a new point, and if we want to classify it, it could be either classified as class A or class B depending on how similar it is to its neighbors. So if K is equal to 3, for instance, so it is more similar to class B, so it is classified as a class B. But if it is if we consider the number of neighbors as 6, so it is more similar to class A, which is the blue points, right? So the algorithm for KNN, the naive way of doing this is very much straightforward. Wherein in the training set, we simply store the training samples. Okay, we do not do any cost or learning. We simply store the training samples, and the heavy part is during the prediction. Okay, wherein most of the job is done here. So what happens is we essentially have a query point and the list of the training samples, right? So what we do is compute the distance between the query point and between the rest of the samples. And what we do is we are going to sort all of these distances and determine which one has the most least distance between the query point, right? So on the breast cancer in a data set, so this is how we can understand it. So we have, let's say, only 4 features in this for the sake of visualization and the diagnosis, okay? So suppose we have this query point wherein we want to predict the label of this tumor. And what we do is to compute for the distance between this query point and every other samples in the data set. And we do this by using the Euclidean or L1 distance, okay, wherein we simply take the square of the differences between each of the features, take the sum, and take the square root. Okay, so here's an example. So we basically take the difference between radius mean 17.99 and 20.29, and we do this with other features, texture mean and perimeter mean. Take all of their sums and take the square root. So this is just for one sample. We have to redo it for x sub q and x sub 2, x sub q and x sub 3, x sub q and x sub 4, and so on. And later on, we are going to sort the least distances and then take the those with the least distances between from x sub q. Okay, so now after we have computed the distances, so how can we use that for classification? So those that are nearest to the query point x sub q, we will identify their labels. Suppose the labels of the nearest neighbors are B, M, M, B, and M. So given k is equal to 5. So since the majority is M, so the predicted label for a certain sample is malignant. Suppose k is equal to 6, the majority is also M. So the predicted label is malignant or M. But for X, let's say k is equal to 1, so we have B or benign. So it will give us this benign prediction. And then if k is equal to 2, there is a tie. So in cases like this, we can make the k as an odd number to have a tie in a breaker. Okay, so now let us implement it. So previously, we have mentioned that in order for us to compute the distance, we can use the L1 or the Euclidean distance, where we simply take the square root of the sum of the squared differences between the features. Okay, so we can implement that here. And then wherein we take the we take the difference between the two features, square it between A and B. Okay, and then we can now implement the KNN, wherein the KNN accepts the training set as well as the labels of each sample in the train set, as well as the test, the value that we want to predict, and the number of neighbors. So we have mentioned in our lecture that K is equal to, is reasonably between 3 to 15. So we can start with 3. And then the first thing is we have to compute for the Euclidean distance. And then we are going to sort the distances. And this will return the indices of the distances. And then we are, from the Y train, we are going to get the indices of those with minimum na distances. And then we are going to count the frequency of each na category, and the predicted will be the one with the count with the most frequency. Okay, so let us try to understand this. So we have an X test that has 143 na columns, rows, or 143 tumors that we want to predict whether it's benign or malignant, and each having 30 features, radius mean, texture mean, etc. And the X train, on the other hand, has 426 na columns. So what we are going to do is that for each of the test set, say, we are going to compute for the distance between this and each of the every other na sample in the X train. Try to predict the label of this test na sample, and using the train set that we have and assuming we have neighbors k equals 3. So the first thing that we have to do is compute for the distances between this sample, test na sample, and every other element of the train set. So using the method that we have already created, so it will return these distances, and it gives us a list of distances wherein the first na distance will refer to the distance between the test sample and the first sample in the training set. This will refer to the difference or the distance between the test na sample and the second sample in train set, and so on. All right. So now, of course, we are more interested with which tumor does this distance refer to. Okay. And we can do that by identifying the indices. But first is, let us try to sort the distances first, because we are more interested with those distances that are closest to our test sample. Okay, so, and we can do that using np.sort distances. Okay. And this gives us the sorted na distances. So it basically says that the least na distances are of 0.23 and so on, because as you can see, the other samples have very, very large na distances, and we are only interested with the first 3. So now let us identify which tumors does this distance refer to, and we can do that using the np.argsort in numpy. So this is the np.argsort, okay, and it will give us the index of those distances. So basically it says that the tumors or samples in the training set 37, 311, and 87 are the one that are closest to our test na sample. Okay, so this is the part where we identify index of sorted na distances. Okay, now is what we want to do is to identify the labels of the closest na tumors. Okay, and we can do that by plugging that into the Y train. So let us visualize first what the indices look like. So indices of K. So we have the 337, 311, and 87. So basically, we are just slicing the first 3 na distances from the sorted na distances. Okay? And what we want to have is to get the labels of this. Is it either 0 or 1, right? So we can plug that into our Y train, and we have this Y train, okay, which is a list of 0 and 1. So basically, we are going to identify the labels of tumor 37th, 311th, etc. So we can plug that into here. So in here, we identify the label of closest na points. Okay, and it will give us the votes. As you can see, those those indices, let's say, let's just print it out for the sake of this. Points 37 has label 0, 311 has label 0, and 87 has label 0. Okay, so now what we want to do is to count the vote for each na class, each na label. Okay, so we have int counts, and it returns 3, meaning we only have a one unique na vote, which is 0 and has a count of 3 count. Okay, and that will be our predicted, and it gives us 0. Okay, so now we are going to do that with every other. We are going to do that with every other na element in the test na set. So what we are essentially going to do is loop through our X test and pass it into the KNN function. Okay, and it will give us here the prediction for each na sample. Okay, so it shows us here that for this first na sample in the test na set, we have here the most na votes, the closest na points, okay, and their labels. So let's just try to print the Y. So as you can see here, we have here the closest na points with their associated na labels, and as well as the one with the majority na vote. Okay, and we can also see here, like dito, we have 2 votes for 1 and 0, and 1 vote for 0, and it gives us the majority, which is 1. Okay, and similarly for this one, we have 2 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 0 only. And then here we have else, nothing else. So mostly the predictions are correct. Okay, and if we run the SKLEARN, so it's very much straightforward. We simply use the K-neighbors classifier niya function from SKLEARN, and then we are going to fit this model by using the train set, X train and the Y train. So after fitting it, we can now use it for predicting the X test and saving it in the Y pred. And if we check, we can see that the result is very much similar to what we have created. Okay, and if we want to identify the number of neighbors, or to check the accuracy as we increase the number of neighbors, we can do that too. And we can see here that we can see in the plot that we have the most na best accuracy with number of neighbors 3 as well as 5. Okay,